Welcome to Jeff's Changes for Life. And today we're going to talk about a subject that I think is as important as anything that we've talked about: what it means to be a good person in today's world. As always, this program in no way, shape, or form is a substitute for any person that requires professional medical or psychological attention or treatment. What it means to be a good person in today's world, and how can you influence others to be better too? Hey, it's Jeff, and today I want to ask a question that's more important now than maybe ever before. What does it really mean to be a good person today? Because let's be honest, the world has changed. It's louder, it's faster, it's more divided, it's more reactive. And the old definition of being a good person, just being nice, quiet, polite, it doesn't quite cut it anymore. So let's talk about what it looks like now, what it takes, and how you not only become a good person in today's world, but influence others to become better too. The world has changed. The old rules for being a good person were simple: be polite, follow the rules, say please, and thank you. But today it's different. Now, being a good person means being someone who brings peace to chaos, someone who chooses character when it would be easier to choose comfort, anger, or silence. So, what does it look like today to be a truly good person? Let me break it down. Number one, be emotionally disciplined. In a reactive world, a good person is steady, not explosive. Don't match people's anger. Don't take the bait. Being emotionally grounded is rare and it's powerful. Number two, listen more than you speak. Today, everybody wants to be heard, but very few are willing to listen. Ask questions. Don't assume. Let people feel seen. That's how trust is built. Number three, do what's right, even when no one's watching. Character is who you are when there's no camera, no likes, no credit. Pick up the trash. Help the stranger. Own your mistakes. Apologize when you're wrong. Number four, set boundaries with empathy. Being kind doesn't mean being passive. Protect your peace without disrespect. You can be both loving and firm. That's strength. Number five, choose optimism without ignoring reality. The world is heavy, but being good means choosing to keep showing up anyway. Smile at people, hold hope, keep giving even when the world seems to take. So that brings me to the black and white thinkers. Now, what about the people who seem stuck in extremes? Those folks who only see the world as right and wrong, us versus them, no middle ground. Let's be real. That's a lot of what we see today. And here's how to handle it. One of the things as people that we can learn is to understand. So we can put it in place for our peace. And that lets us not get locked into all of the kerfuffle that's going on. So don't try to win. Try to understand. If someone's locked into black and white thinking, they're not looking for a debate, they're looking for control. If you have a circumstance where the conversation begins, ask questions instead of arguing, and not the pointed questions where you're trying to prove people are erred in their ways of thinking or they've got a proverbial screw loose and you're going to show that they do. So stay grounded, not defensive. So I know in a lot of cases, the conversations that people are attempting to get you to engage in can heighten themselves very quickly. So it's really important to know when to walk away. You're not responsible for changing someone else's mind. Some conversations aren't about understanding, they're about dominance. You can exit with grace, not guilt. And remember, we've already gotten a tool to excuse ourselves from that. Hey, what you're saying to me is really important, but not like this. So I'm going to go ahead and excuse myself until a time that we can talk a little more quietly with a little more listening. And another great quality to have is to lead with your energy. People won't always remember what you said, but they'll always remember how you made them feel. So if you can stay calm, curious, and kind, you set an example without preaching. I've always been a people study, and I do things where people are having those heightened, heated discussions, and I don't involve myself at all. But what I do is I sit back and I watch the participants. I watch their approach, I watch the calculation, I watch what they're attempting to get through and to do, because it tells me so much about them as people. And remember, knowledge is power. When you know who you're dealing with, when it's your turn to have the conversation, you're already grounded before you even start talking, which gives you the silent advantage in the conversation. So, as I say the silent advantage, I'm not talking about giving you the ammo to take care of somebody. I'm saying that in a way that how you inspire others to be better. Here's the part that matters more than ever. So, how do you actually inspire others to become better just by being who you are? You don't do it by lecturing, you don't do it by arguing, you do it by living it. So, you walk into a room. How do you quietly change the room? Well, be consistent. Live your values even when it's hard. That's powerful. Call out goodness. When someone does something kind, notice it. Say something. Stay accountable. Own your mistakes. People respect that more than perfection. And be calm in the storm. When people see you handle stress with grace, they remember that. So don't we wish it was just that easy? So on the daily, at least in the atmosphere now, people are doing things where you want to jump out of your car window and hoop and holler and throw your arms all around and scream all kinds of things that we probably shouldn't say in a public setting. So when your goodness is tested daily, what do you do? I mean, let's be real. Being a good person isn't a one-time decision. It's a daily test. Sometimes it's a moment-by-moment test. I know you head out the front door and you're kind until someone is blatantly rude to you. You're patient until someone cuts you off. You want to stay calm until someone disrespects you. And suddenly, your goodness feels like it's hanging by a thread. So, how do you keep showing up with love, with grace, with strength when you're on the brink of losing it? Number one, and we've talked about this before, you have to pause before you react. Then you can respond. React, that can get us into not so good places. Your power isn't in what happens, it's how you respond. Take one breath, literally. That moment of pause gives you space to choose who you want to be instead of being hijacked by the situation. Number two, name what's really going on. Most of the time, it's not even about them. It's about how tired, hurt, or unseen you feel. Ask yourself, what am I really feeling right now? Sometimes naming the emotion can help you reclaim control over it. Number three, reconnect to your why. You're not staying calm because they deserve it. You're staying calm because you do. You're living by values, not reacting to noise. Remind yourself, I don't lower who I am to meet someone else's energy. I stay grounded because that's who I've chosen to be. Number four, learning to let it out in a healthy way. Being good doesn't mean bottling everything up. Journal, go for a walk, talk to someone you trust. Let frustration out in a space that won't damage your relationships or your spirit. Number 5, give yourself grace. And we've talked about forgiveness. We've talked about the fact that we're not perfect. So you're going to slip, you're going to react sometimes. That doesn't erase your goodness. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. So what matters is how quickly you come back to yourself. Your goodness is tested every day, not to break you, but to build you. Every time you choose grace over reaction, you grow. Every time you pause instead of snapping, you reclaim your peace. And that is the quiet strength that changes the world. Before I wrap this up today, there's one more area that I would like to address, and that is surrounding yourself with like-minded people. And I got to be clear, and I'm not trying to throw any stones here. I'm not talking about surrounding yourself with the tribalism where people dig in their feet and, my goodness, I'm right and you're wrong. And if you're wrong, then you're no good. That's not who I'm talking about. There's one more thing that matters if you're trying to be a good person in today's world. Who are you walking with? Because no matter how strong your character is, if you're constantly surrounded by negativity, drama, or people who thrive on conflict, it wears you down. You weren't meant to carry this alone. So, number 1, protect your energy by choosing your people. You become like the energy you're around most. Spend time with people who lift conversations, not drag them down. Look for those who value peace, growth, honesty, not perfection, but intention. Number 2, seek connection, not just agreement. You don't need people who think exactly like you. You need people who value like you. Do they care about becoming better? Do they give grace, show up, and make people feel safe? Those are your people. Number 3, and we talk about this so much, be the kind of person you want to find. Sometimes the best way to attract good people is to become one. When you bring calm, kindness, and presence to others, you naturally draw people who are looking for the same thing. And number 4 goes right back to the underlying bones, the structure of what I've been talking about from the beginning. Start small, start intentional. You don't need 100 people, you need a few real ones. Invite someone for coffee, join a book club, a class, a local group. Reach out to someone who inspires you and tell them why. Creating a peaceful life isn't just about what you avoid, it's about who you build it with. I mentioned this most important segment because being good in today's world is possible, but it's not meant to be done in isolation. So find your people, build your circle, and protect your peace together. I know the world has changed vastly. I know that we're having to relearn what a good person looks like because on a daily basis, that is tested. So, as I wrap up the episode today, here's the truth. Being a good person today is brave, it's countercultural, and it's essential. It's not about being perfect, it's about being real. It's not about being liked, it's about being grounded. It's not about controlling the world, it's about leading yourself and influencing others by how you live. So breathe deep, pause when tested, speak with grace, and keep choosing to be a light in a time when it's easier to go dark. Because someone is watching, someone is learning from how you carry yourself, and your goodness might be the reason someone else finds theirs. As always, this is Jeff with Jeff's Changes for Life. And today's going to rock because we still know that bringing good to the world is an example for others that are watching, learning, and growing themselves. And if how we handle ourselves and our peace can get us closer to a kinder, gentler world, well, today is going to rock.